Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Anyone that's new here, welcome. My name is Sana. If what you see on my channel encourages and motivates you to like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. I would love to have you along for my journey, and I would love to know a little bit about your journey as well. So go ahead and drop me a comment and tell me a little bit about yourself. You are going to see a little bit of flashing because I have the TV running, but it is on mute. It is Sunday. I'm in our master bedroom because I wanted to be able to record this to you all and to not have our children kind of hear too much information. I like to be very transparent with them, but I also don't want them to worry when there's not enough information. So I wanted to be able to share with you all the first OB appointment that I had that was this past Friday. So the appointment, I was under the impression that I was going to have a transvaginal ultrasound. Following the transvaginal ultrasound, that I was going to meet with the OB doctor for that first appointment. Well, apparently, this practice, I have been going to them for over 15 years, but apparently they have changed the way that they do things for their private insurance patients. So for my first initial appointment, they said that it is only a transvaginal ultrasound. Come my second appointment is for blood work. And then for my third appointment is when I will actually be meeting with the OB doctor. So it's going to be a little bit different than what I was kind of accustomed to for my previous two pregnancies that I had with the same office. But, it is what it is. These things change all the time. When it comes to the medical world, for anybody that knows, things can change on a daily basis in the medical world. So the fact that they've changed things in a time span of 7 years since I had our last child, it is what it is. So I wanted to be able to share with you all because I still had the transvaginal ultrasound. So during that ultrasound, the tech, because it is just the tech, of course they can give information as far as what they are seeing, but as far as any full-blown medical information, as far as trying to kind of give a medical statement, if you will, they are not allowed to. So she basically said to me that based off on my last day, so basically the last menstrual cycle, the first day of my last menstrual cycle is what determined what my expected due date would be when I initially called into the office. So she is not sure if something happened between my cycle and between the time that I would have conceived the baby. But all in all, she said that the baby is measuring a little bit small if they go based off on the first day that my last menstrual cycle had started. Because she said that with that being said, I would almost come actually, today is Sunday, so come Tuesday, I would technically be 9 weeks. And she said that I am not measuring as far as baby. It's not measuring at what would be upcoming to 9 weeks, if that makes sense. She said that more so it's kind of measuring currently right now for baby. Probably she said 7 weeks and a couple days is what she's figuring. So with everything being said, I was not able to leave that appointment with an expected due date as she normally is able to give. But positive news is that baby's heartbeat came in very strong and came in very well. So she was very positive about that. So she said that that was definitely something good to be able to measure, something good to be able to hear. So at this point in time, aside from my blood work on Wednesday, she also put it in for me to also meet with the RN, with the registered nurse. So aside from the blood work, they're going to kind of change things up a little bit, only because baby did measure more so on the small side, based off on that day calculation that I'm telling you all. So, as I always tell you all, I am just going to continue to hope for the best. I'm going to continue to pray for the best. I can definitely let you all know that come Friday evening, I was not in the mood to cook at all. So, thankfully, my husband suggested for us to go to a local Mexican restaurant. We always have a great experience. So even though you guys might see again that they did forget to leave off the refried beans, as well as the lettuce side that they give, the lettuce and tomato side. So yes, they did forget to leave that off, but that's okay with me, because it is not mixed in with the carne asada. The carne asada is off to the side. So it is very easy to just simply take that off and just, be able to ask them for some shredded cheese as well as some sour cream to enjoy it with. But I was so grateful to be able to have dinner taken care of by someone else. And I am just, I am a woman that I am beyond blessed. I always say to everybody that I truly prayed to have a good man come across me. And thankfully, I got it right the first time. So, my husband was the first and only boyfriend I've ever had. And he will be the first and only husband that I will ever have. I am just so grateful for him. Ever since I found out that I was pregnant, and we both kind of found out together, he has not had me lift a finger for anything other than cooking. He will not leave the cooking up to himself, but he will certainly help out with it. But as far as when it comes to doing dishes, when it comes to laundry, any other cleaning within the house, anything that the children should need, he is definitely taking up all of those duties. So I truly wholeheartedly appreciate it, because it's really allowed me to not overly exhaust myself, because on top of, what I try to do around the house, I also work full time as well as I homeschool our two children. So I wholeheartedly appreciate all the help that he's been giving me. So it's definitely allowed me to rest and not to feel basically burnt out. Especially with this kind of news, it could be kind of really taxing on the emotions, because you kind of really don't know how to feel. It's kind of a mixed emotion because, on one hand, you are overjoyed and happy that baby has a strong, healthy heartbeat. But then, as far as the ultrasound technician, kind of being a little bit weary about the sizing, kind of caught me off guard. So we will see what the registered nurse has to say come Wednesday. I will definitely be sharing that news with you all. But to not make this little chat forever long, and I definitely want to get to a movie that I want to watch before this Sunday is over with. As always, my friends, I want to thank you all, and I just want to say I appreciate you all for the kind words, for the support. I truly wholeheartedly appreciate it. And I just want to thank you all for watching. As always, I appreciate you all. Until the next one, take care, my friends. Hello, my friends. It is Tuesday, January 16th. It is about 12:30-ish p.m. and I'm going to go in with a cup of bone broth. We literally just got power on about an hour ago. We were without power for almost 12 hours, but thankfully all the meat that we have in both freezers are indoor kitchen freezer as well as our garage freezer. Thankfully, everything is still mostly frozen and has not, thawed out at all. So we feel so fortunate and so blessed about that. So I am going to go in with this bone broth. I kind of almost feel like I could eat something solid. I'll have to kind of see how I feel. But for right now, I'm just going to go in with this. If I do end up eating something else, I definitely would be showing that to you all. But for now, I'm just going to go in with the bone broth and see how I do, listening to my body as always. Air fried ribeye steak. I only just salted it with some Redmond salt. I have a little bit of Daisy sour cream that I'm going to enjoy on the side with some pats of butter. But this is going to do me. Hello, my friends. It is Wednesday, January 17th, and I'm going to go in with my first meal. I'm going to make this quick because I got to get back to work. So I'm going to go in with my usual. I have the bone broth that I've been showing you all that I just prepare in some hot water. I really want to have some of it because it has really been doing me really good. I think just like the warmth in my stomach has been doing really well, because even though I'm going through some appetite reduction and as well as just some slight nausea feelings, this has really been helping me. So I'm going to continue with incorporating it, even if it's simply just all I go in with my first meal, or if I still go in with something small, I will have this accompanying my first meal. So as you see here, I do have a first meal. This is just 2 of the blue heirloom eggs that I showed you all that I purchased from Costco. I do have a 1 patty of the Aldi 70-25 ratio that I simply just cut here. I just reheated in the air fryer and just did this kind of like an omelet style of 2 of the heirloom eggs, cooked it in a tablespoon of butter, and underneath I have just a slice that I just cut in half of some extra sharp cheddar cheese that I've also purchased from Aldi and just seasoned with some Redmond salt. So I'm going to simply just fold it over and I will be kind of having it as is. So this is what I'm going to go in with for my first meal. All right, my friends, for this Wednesday night's dinner, we're going in with some chicken crust pizza. So this is just a 1-to-1 ratio. So it is basically 1 can of chicken breast, and it's the same kind that you would use for chicken salad, if that should help. So it's 1 can of chicken, 1 cup of your cheese of choice, mozzarella cheese, as well as Parmesan cheese and cheddar cheese work best in my opinion. And it is 1 egg. So 1 can of chicken, 1 egg to 1 cup of your cheese of choice. And you simply just mix it all up, use whatever seasonings your body can tolerate for the crust, and just press it out on a sheet of parchment paper. I bake it a little bit higher than some recipes out there. So I go in at 450 degrees Fahrenheit and I go in for 20 minutes because I just like the texture a whole lot better. Bake it for that time period. Once it gets done, then you can sauce it up to your liking, cheese it up to your liking, and I just go ahead and add just a little bit of some Italian seasoning over the top. But my family, as you all know, is also keto. They just hit 5 years. So they are also going to enjoy some pizza as well. So I'm going to go ahead and cut into both of these, but this is what we're going to enjoy for this Wednesday night's dinner. All right, my friends, it is Thursday. I'm kind of rushing because I have to get my son to his ophthalmologist appointment. That is almost an hour away. So I'm just going to go in with some quick, just 3 eggs salted with some Redmond salt. And I'm going to go in with a cup of this bone broth for my first meal before I head out the door. All right, my friends, for this Thursday night's dinner, I'm going in with some meal prep chicken wings that I just heated up in the air fryer, drizzled some clean ingredient hot sauce on it, and I have 3 of the heirloom eggs with just a slice of cheddar cheese that I melted on it. The hot sauce that I use is this Crystal's brand. Let me go ahead and show you all the ingredients. So it is simple ingredient. Whether or not these spices work for you and your journey, that is totally up to you. If your body does not get irritated by them, as I always say, you do you, and I will certainly do me and what works for my body. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in, but this is what is going to wrap me up for this Thursday. Hello, my friends. It's Friday. I am rushing as the usual. I have my first OB appointment today. As I mentioned to you all, I'm going to go in with 3 pieces of some beef salami. It is this Hebrew National one that I purchased from Costco. I just slice it down, put it on a sheet of parchment paper, and air fry it at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. That way it got a little bit crisp. But I'm going to go ahead and dive in. I am going to be having my bone broth, so assure I'm going to take that to go. That way I could sip it on the way. But this is what I'm going to go in with along with the bone broth for this first meal for Friday. Hello, my friends. It's Saturday morning. You will see the dinner that I had last night. We went to a Mexican restaurant. It's one of our favorite places to go. And I had the carne asada with some cheese and some sour cream. I have here for this Saturday morning's breakfast some chopped up beef salami that I showed you all from the other day. I simply just chop it up and saute it because it has enough fat that it does not need no butter or anything like that. And I do have 2 eggs here that I just scrambled up and melted some cheddar sliced cheese over it. But this is what I'm going to go in with for my Saturday morning. And I'm going to also do a cup of bone broth, but that'll do me before I go out for some grocery shopping. Hello, my friends. It is Saturday evening, and I'm going in with just something very simple. We had picked up a couple pounds of just some oven gold boar's head turkey. So I just sandwiched it between some Colby Monterey Jack cheese. And this is really all that I'm in the mood for this Saturday dinner. I just felt like I just wanted something just cold, something light, and just something quick and simple. So I'm going to go in with this and about to watch a movie with the hubs, but this is what I'll be going in with. And if I feel like I want more, I can, easily make another one up really quickly, but still keeping it simple, still keeping it quick. But this is what's going to do me for this Saturday night.